while I'm going up the hill. It didn't even make sense. My car just went whoop whoop. I was like, ah!
Maybe the just don't hit the same like it used to.
Like
maybe that's just it. Like by and large, generally, maybe the just don't hit the same like it did back in the day.
Vaginas got looser and
they just don't hit the same. Maybe.
And I was like, you know what the problem is? It's because men care more about what other men think than women.
But the thing was, he tried to play it off because he was like, oh, I give my heart out to you. And they're trying to do, oh, he's autistic and all. No, I'm not buying none of that.
Is he autistic?
He tries to say that, but I'm not buying none of that, bro. He knew exactly what he's doing. They're very much their publicly well-known songs. So it's just very interesting to see, like, this was literally just a cash grab and y'all don't stand for anything. And I think that's where the criticism is deserving of. Like, you can say you can do what you want. Of course, everybody can do what they want, but there's consequences from the culture. 24. So after 24, you're no longer a young.
So is it a different list for women? Am I still big sis or am I auntie?
Yeah, y'all go from just being a little hot young thing to just being auntie. Y'all, there's no real.
I'm knock all this shit over right now.
I'm just telling you how it goes.
I will knock all this shit over right now. This podcast is sponsored by Graffiti Tax Services. For all your tax preparation needs, you can go to graffititax.com. We're going to put the link right here. It should be somewhere. And yeah, you can head to them for during tax season. And if you have any financial or tax preparation questions, head to Graffiti Tax Services. They're our new sponsor. Thank you to Graffiti Tax Preparation Services. That's it.
It be y'all and you and Fred. And
hey, Fred be having you wiped down. Like, stop it.
We survived the treacherous, man. The weather is changing.
Who is we? You were inside the whole time.
But I'm just saying, we as a collective.
Mr. Work from home.
Whoa. Don't
First of all, I was on the icy roads and he was like, oh, thank God I work from home.
That wasn't how I said that. No, it wasn't. I'm just saying it was good that both of us were not out there.
I was out there.
I didn't want you to be out there. We didn't know this was going to happen like we did.
Telling lies.
When the snow hit.
Fibs and lies.
So like we didn't told people before, we are in the Atlanta area and we were hit with a almost surprise snowstorm. It wasn't that much. It wasn't that much
of a. People were talking about it for weeks.
I told you they brought up an state of emergency the day before. You didn't believe me.
I didn't think that the snow was gonna like be bad at all. I thought it was just gonna be like. First of all, it wasn't that much snow.
But it was bad last time. That's why I don't understand why you didn't.
It was just a lot of ice. So I'm on my way home, right? I leave work multiple hours early. As soon as we see the starts sticking, I'm like, bye, because I live the furthest out from work. I'm on my way home. I turned into the driving lane. I almost died twice, by the way. The first time I almost died, I turned into the fucking driving lane, right? And then I'm on a patch of ice. So I'm slamming on my brake and I'm on the phone with my husband. And then I'm like, my brake's not working. My brake's not working. My brake's not working. My brake's not working. I'm freaking out.
I'm trying to coach her through it.
And then I'm not even like moving the steering wheel or anything because I know that that's like a terrible thing to do.
That and accelerate. So yeah, you're right.
Well, why would I accelerate when I'm trying to not hit this car in front of me? That's
some people just they react. You know, people react to these.
That's
things.
Not a reaction I would have. Those people are stupid. So I'm like maybe like a foot away from the car when I'm like, yo, my brakes are not braking right now. So I just turned the wheel just slightly. And there was nobody in the lane next to me. So thank God when I turned the wheel, that's when the brakes like started braking. So then I stopped and then I just went around that car because I feel that was an accident that I was about to hit and make a bigger accident.
She was about to be with a third person in the accident?
Yeah, I was about to be a third.
See, and then this is when communication is so important. I feel like it was disrupted. So I was telling her which way I felt was the safest to go home.
You didn't know the name of the road that you wanted me to take though, which is why the miscommunication happened because
was true. But I said the no to the one that you took because that one does have a hill in it. And you tried to go up the hill in the ice. I mean, you made it. Salute.
Because I also had to piss like a racehorse.
The commitment was there.
Like, I thought that he was telling me to take that so I don't also pee myself on the way home.
Oh, that was never in my calculations.
While I'm swerving in the ice. So the second time I died, I take a slightly like, there's one hill, but it's a little twisty too. I took that road. The whole thing was paved with ice from beginning to end, okay? And then the road that I had to turn onto after that, also paved with, everything was ice. Let me stop saying every turn I took was ice.
She was risking her life with every left turn.
Every single, regardless of the turn. And then like there was no tire traction. And then my car apparently has this like road assistance for traction and stability. So my car's doing like the Harlem Shake. The meanest Harlem Shake.
Looking like a little Bow Wow out there.
And there's a little orange light popping up on my dashboard. I don't know what that light means. I'm nervous. Every time I stopped at a red light and I pulled off, that's what would happen. The car was like wobbly for like at least 10 seconds. So the second time I almost died, I'm going up the hill. And then while I'm going up the hill, it didn't even make sense. My car just went whoop, whoop. I was like, ah!
I know it's not funny, but just your reactions to it.
I was like, oh my God, I'm going to die.
And it's crazy because you're close to the house, but also really far from the house.
I'm so close, but so far.
Like the walk and the trek through there will be insane to try to get you back because we're not getting a tow truck at least to the next day.
No, definitely not. There was nobody on that road either that would like be able to help me.
But you proved yourself to be legit because you got back to the house.
I did without crashing into anyone or anything.
You made it right back. So you was a soldier for that. So you got to salute yourself for that. Because, I mean, some people didn't expect that out of you. I did. I knew you could do it.
My God. And then I'm like, does my car have 4-wheel drive? Because I don't think it does after last night.
Oh, no, it definitely doesn't. Your car doesn't have that.
Like, what the fuck?
Usually sedans don't. But just to see, like, everything that you're seeing on the news, man, our city isn't prepared for this. Hopefully it's no longer going to be a thing. It's supposed
to snow in 2 days.
I hope that I haven't been seeing
3
confirmation
inches of
of that. I haven't seen confirmation of that.
Okay.
So at this time, we're hoping that doesn't happen because literally this whole state, almost this whole city shuts down, and nobody can survive any of this.
It does, yeah. So the news anchors were like, "Stay at home, don't come outside if you like don't need to." And in other states that are prepared for snow, 2 inches of snow is not shutting the city down.
No, this is, we don't have nothing intact. Our infrastructure is not built for this.
No, not at all.
We don't have salt trucks. We don't have plows. Nothing prepared for this. So, I mean, even when they try to, they only do like the city area for the most part because they don't have so many reserves of it. So you just get caught up in it, and then you just got to hope that you got the big boy truck or you didn't got enough cars, then created a path of safety. But that black ice is no joke. Like,
no, that was my problem.
I ain't gonna lie. I was at the edge of my seat the whole time. I was nervous for you. I thought I was gonna have to get out there, get my boots on, and find you.
I thought I was going to at least do like a 360. I saw so many videos of cars just on the roads, just ice skating, like ballerinas on the roads. That was crazy.
Well, again, city, hopefully we can recover from this and there's no more. But
the ice is already melted at this point. Like,
I mean, it's gone, but you just said it might come back. So that's why I'm saying.
Oh, yeah.
We don't need no more snow.
I don't need to use no more vacation days because of snow. I have actual vacations planned.
Snow is taking it away.
This is pissing me off. I done already used 2 this month.
We're going to have to just put some salt on your car so that when you just drive, it just puts the salt down. We're gonna attach something to your car to do that.
We're gonna have to buy me a pickup truck or something.
We have to get you something with some big boy wheels on it.
Something with some traction.
We're gonna have to get you something, yeah, because this right here ain't gonna do
it. If snow in Atlanta is gonna be a normal thing, snow in Georgia is gonna be a normal thing, then yeah, it snowed in Florida.
Yeah.
And in New Orleans.
It came through Texas too.
Like, I keep saying we're gonna die.
Yeah.
Our children will not know what fresh atmosphere is.
And then, but with the way that the climate is changing, we'll get into this in a little bit later too. Is this what we're talking about? Like the places that the climate is changing at aren't prepared for the extremes. Like when I was out here, it probably before this year, I can probably remember 2 times off the top of my head that it snowed and it stuck. Mm-hmm. Not just like we seen it in the sky and then it didn't do anything. Like 2 times, and now I didn't see that
In
2
1 month.
times in a month. Yeah. So just picture that, and that's just only over like 2 decades, or a little bit under 2 decades.
Yeah, so we're gonna have to invest in like some salt and some shovels and shit.
We're gonna have to get the up north kit.
Yeah, my mom's not happy about this at all because she's like, we left New York.
To get away from the winter.
Like she left mostly because of the weather.
Yeah, and now it seems like it's just following us.
It followed her, and she's not happy about it.
It's the worst. But we'll figure it out, man. We're gonna go through it. One snow day at a time.
All these niggas now, you gotta send a carrier pigeon.
All right, you are now listening to Talk FNF TV. I'm your host, Absurd Rhetoric, and I'm with my lovely and amazing and gorgeous and all white today. Well, different shades.
Hi guys.
Miss Reality.
Like,
Well, we still haven't workshopped the name. We got to figure out the name.
oh yeah, I wanna do a new name. I think I'm just gonna ask AI.
It's going to just put in different names and say, just give me a podcast host name.
Yeah.
Are you going to put like your descriptions in there? Are you gonna like tell like I'm a curly haired blonde black bunny or brown bunny?
I hated that. I hated
Petite,
hearing those words come out of your mouth
girly.
just now.
You're not going. What you? I'm telling you. What are you gonna say to it?
I'm gonna probably just be like, give me something cool that includes maybe the name Farrah. Like, I don't know.
Telling AI to give you something cool is the sickest thing in the world to say.
I don't know how to use AI yet. That's also another one of my goals for 2025 is to use AI for evil.
Okay. We there's some
as
going on.
it pertains to my own life. You know,
you're doing a lot of good hinting for the show later on because I got some AI that was used for evil up here too.
And I didn't read the list. I have no idea what we're talking about this episode.
At all. But we're going to get to it. So it's all good. All right. So let's start with this, man. So your boy has been inaugurated.
On Martin Luther King Day.
It felt like a piss and a spit in the face at the same time.
It was.
So it just to see how that happened and just everything that was just going on, it just felt like a shit show. So just to start with that all, not only did we have it on Martin Luther King Day, we had people who were staunchly opposed to Donald Trump now performing at events that are now promoting this now, president.
So Snoop Dogg, Soulja Boy, and Nelly.
And Rick Ross.
Mm-hmm. I didn't even know Rick Ross performed.
Who I learned is in $60K in the hole with the IRS.
Well, that's probably why he doing that.
He better make sure he pay it. What's the craziest thing about being fucked up with the IRS like that? It's like if you make the money to pay them off, you still get taxed on the money you made.
You still in the hole. You just got to make extra money. Or be a smarter rich person. Like, y'all got mad tax loopholes and things. Like, stop being stupid and irresponsible.
Apparently, this one started from like, and it was like some normal nigga shit. That's why it's kind of crazy that he's in there. We can get off in just a moment. But he started from like a small balance, but due to like penalties and fees for not paying, it just got up to 60. Like it was at first like 20 or something. So
you gotta pay them niggas.
Yeah, you gotta get your shit together, bro. You always laughing about remember we was talking about the cows and all that shit. But so we got all of these guys performing, selling out what I feel like they were.
Definitely, yeah.
And a lot of folks running to their, defense. People like Charlemagne was trying to run to their defense with the craziest false equivalency that you can see. He compared what they were doing with the presidents, past and present, that were showing the peaceful exchange of power to Donald Trump after calling him, enemy to democracy and all that stuff like that.
He called out Obama for going to the inauguration, and he also called out Joe Biden for going to the inauguration. And I was confused by that because I was like, Joe Biden has to be there, technically. Like, he has to be there.
Well, Trump wasn't there.
Trump is a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Like, he's petty. It was very childish for him to not be there when he lost. You knew that he was just being a sore loser.
Yeah.
But Joe Biden, like, I'm not gonna say he's like a stand-up guy, but he's gonna follow in the footsteps of all of the other presidents that have come before him. So he was there. When it comes to Obama, did he have to be there necessarily? I don't think so, but I think it causes him unnecessary friction
and scrutiny.
Yeah, if he doesn't just show up, he have to be over there keying with him.
But I mean, that they were keying at Jimmy Carter's wedding. I don't really see them keying at the inauguration.
Okay.
I just saw it as pretty strictly just business, what they got to do. Like, you want to show face in situations like that. This is a big moment in regards to like what Nelly said applies more to Joe Biden and Obama than it does to Nelly himself. Nelly, it's obvious that someone like himself who settled sexual assault cases would be cool with Donald Trump. You know what I'm saying? Like, who also has done said things. You know what I'm saying? He's also settled in said cases. So it's very fitting, but his argument was just the worst.
I think Charlemagne's point was terrible. Like, you can't compare a president going to an inauguration, like a former president going to an inauguration with like someone like Snoop Dogg, who 4 years ago, or no, not 4 years ago, 8 years ago, was on the internet blasting artists who might go to perform at Trump's inauguration, calling them all types of coony coons and this and that, and turns around and does it himself. So by Snoop Dogg's own measure, he's a coon. We can call you a coon.
I think it's pretty obvious
Coon
that
dog.
they've just shown that they are easily compromised. These are men who can be purchased. I mean, it's been obvious with Snoop Dogg. I mean, I think the fact that he pretty much is an ad, anything you'll give him a check for, he'll, you know.
Nah, he gonna show up. If the check is big enough, Snoop is gonna do it.
If you give him a check, he'll get on there and promote anything that you ask him to promote. Remember when he did the fake I'm done smoking thing, where really it was just for a grill? Mm-hmm. So, I mean, like I said, these guys have shown themselves to not be genuine people. It's funny in the light when you're calling Drake a white boy. Now you're hanging out with Trump. You, again, critical how Snoop was, critical of others. Mm-hmm. Nelly, I mean, like I said, I feel like Nelly is fitting for this, actually. Like, I don't expect kind of solidarity from Nelly.
We don't know or care enough about Nelly in his personality to know whether this is something that is a surprise.
Bro, if you go from rap to country music, I can see you trying to do a Republican
Did he
spin.
do, like...
He did two country albums.
Oh.
Yeah, he did 2 country albums.
Oh, no.
He did videos and everything with the guys.
And then
so I can see that.
Soulja Boy, like, I just think you stupid.
That's your man's.
Ironically.
Nah, you
like
was a supporter.
It's always a joke. Like, for you to not get that I'm ironically a Soulja Boy fan, because what is there to be a fan of? Actually, let me know.
The dance
from 17 years ago.
Yeah.
Like, no, nobody's an actual like Soulja Boy fan for.
And you know, when you hear Dunk, you do your little move, you do your little twerk.
Dunk, everybody, like, that's just,
you can't help
if
yourself.
that come on in the club, we all fam.
The club.
Like,
I think it was also telling, like, the songs that they played too. Like, they were very much their, like Soulja Boy did, Superman. Like, they were very much their publicly well known songs. So it's just very interesting to see, like, this was literally just a cash grab and y'all don't stand for anything. And I think that's where the criticism is deserving of. Like, you can say you can do what you want. Of course, everybody can do what they want, but there's consequences from the culture. Mm-hmm. And for like Charlemagne and other people to be critical of people applying those consequences, it seems very hypocritical on their part. Because again, y'all have done that to other people when they've done it, when they didn't align with what you thought. So now that these are people that you're cool with, you're now cool with them challenging the way that you say you believe.
Chrisette Michele has not known peace.
Yeah. People forgot her name for the most part. Since
that inauguration. Like, she's come out and talked about how the fact that she did that inauguration hurt her career until now, which you deserve because that was stupid. Why would you go perform at Trump's inauguration? And I feel the same way about these new artists that have done that. Y'all are done.
No, I mean, that's what I think. So at the end of the day, you don't have to get there and be super verbally critical. But if you see people who aren't supporting things that you feel like you should support or that are in your best interest, you can stop giving them your money. You don't have to support them. Like, these gentlemen were folks that I rarely ever would support anything that they do. But I'll definitely now, if I see their name on it, I'll make a concerted effort if I can to not purchase said product, not be involved with said any variation of said product. Like, I'm gonna try to figure out who owns the Snoop wine so that I make sure you don't get any products they buy. We can get your wine from another company.
I don't buy his wine. That's
but I'm saying,
my mother.
But you know, listen what I'm saying. That whatever
who
company,
owns, okay,
they could have other wines. So I'm saying we should figure out what wines those are so we can cut that company just right out. Because if y'all supporting that, bro, we off of it. And then that's what you can do as an individual. I feel like it's a lot of points we put so much pressure on the people to make this immediate change when at the end of the day, as an individual, what you can control is your actions. And people that you support should at least somewhat have your interests publicly. And they can do what they want privately, but at least publicly they should act like they support you for the kind of level of support that we give these kind of people. I think is at least deserving that front facing you give us the idea that you support our best interest, especially when you try to be someone like Snoop, where you try to act like you're a leader. You're trying
to act like that. Yeah.
Like you're the head honcho of the Negro Alliance. So no, we got to hold niggas accountable, bro. It's just the truth. But this inauguration was a fucking mess. They was inside because it was too cold. Then Trump gets pretty much straight to work. After Elon goes nuts on stage, does a Nazi salute, which they're trying to not claim.
They're trying to say that was not a Nazi salute, and apparently he did it like 3 times.
He did it. I seen it twice. But the thing was, he tried to play it off because he was like, oh, I give my heart out to yous, and they're trying to do, oh, he's autistic and all. No, I'm not buying none of that.
Is he autistic?
He tries to say that, but I'm not buying none of that, bro. Nigga knew exactly what he's doing. His daddy was been on record saying his grandparents was cool with the Nazis. Like, it's a fact. But we'll get into Elon in just a moment. We got to talk about these executive orders because this was very much similar to when Joe Biden got into office and he repealed everything that had Trump's name on it.
Which I hope the next president does when they get into office.
This was literally like a lot of the stuff that he did and signed was just symbolic gestures in the long run because a lot of the stuff is going to get challenged in the courts. They are going to have to go through a lot of different review. What he was just trying to do was anything that had Joe Biden on it, I'm just getting rid of it. All the DEI shit, all of the climate initiatives, all of anything that had Joe Biden's plan off, we're done. We're not doing it. Even if it was a great idea. And like we told y'all, he was going to take all the shit away from anything that was going to support black and brown and LGBTQ people. He exactly did all of that. All of those initiatives that were in place to assist in the betterment, all of those were taken away.
Yeah.
And just a well swoop. But also too, like I said, this has to be viewed through a particular lens because, again, like I said, all the stuff that has to go through court and the Senate and stuff like that. At the same token, it affirms his base because one, he did a lot of immigration. We can talk about the birthright right.
Okay, so there's a lot of immigration stuff that he passed when it comes to like border patrol and customs and stuff like that. But with so he signed a executive order to redefine birthright citizenship under the 14th Amendment. The order asserts that a child born in the U.S. is not a citizen if the mother does not have legal immigration status or is in the country legally but only temporarily, and if the father is not a U.S. citizen or lawful permanent resident. So if your parents were illegal when you were born here, then you're not a citizen.
Or two, they also added if you're here on a visa, like a work visa, that also applies. So if you're here supposed to be temporarily, that also applies that you can't do that. So that's been kind of getting a lot of the Indian people upset because a lot of times they'll come over here on those visas and be able to get to stay longer because they'll have a kid and stuff like that. I've been seeing, if you've been paying attention to Twitter, there's like a long-standing beef right now going on with the MAGA Republicans, the white ones, and the MAGA Indians. And they're just been beefing. So we'll talk about a little bit of what's going on with that too, because the immigration on that is nuts. Like they declared that they're going to get like 1,800 Indians who are here legally out. But then also Trump in his speech yesterday affirmed that they're going to continue increasing the process for the H1B, H1A visas for the people that come over to get their quote unquote best and brightest. But then this nigga said we need waiters. We need the best and brightest waiters from India. That's how we doing it.
What does that mean? Like, what are we doing? This is such a like clusterfuck. I'm so confused.
That's what I'm trying to say. Get to the point is like he's just doing symbolic things, like attacking all the different groups, saying we're going to make it off of merit. But what people don't understand is merit is only validated by people in power. So if I don't care for black merit, I don't have to acknowledge it.
Yeah.
And when you take these attacks on it, even though like the Civil Rights Act is still in place. So with the 1965 Employment Discrimination Act, I believe that's what it is. That's what is essentially was the act afterwards that kind of reaffirmed and kind of specified and gave particular expectations for companies in regards to discrimination. That one he signed off, but the Civil Rights Act is still in effect and would need like, the Congress to be able to get rid of. But that is what affirms and backs everything. But when you take away those small little details in there, you allow them to have an opening to be discriminatory, bias, and just apply that kind of racial bias that we've seen in the past in regards to names, cultures, religions. Like, we're giving people the opportunity to have more loopholes rather than be clear with, hey, you have to service people that are being in line with this. Like, you can't just deny service based off of race, but now they want to be able to do that. So it's crazy what we can get into more with that. But there was some more immigration that happened with not only the birthright right.
So, designate an invasion across the southern border of United States. So basically like a state of emergency at the United States border.
Yeah.
He allowed U.S. military service members to act as immigration and border enforcement officers as part of Trump's promised mass deportation program, which we can also, if you want to get into that, because that shit is crazy.
They said they've already done some deportations now. I think they're lying, but they said they have.
He's stopping refugee arrivals and suspended the U.S. refugee admission program effective January 27th. So
there was a lot of people who had appointments. Remember that app we was talking about during the debate?
Yeah.
That app got shut down, so now everybody's appointments got cut off.
There were people that were in line during, and then it got shut down. And I saw videos of like people breaking down. It was devastating. Like last minute, like if it was 5 more minutes, you would have made it across. That must be the most gut wrenching feeling. I can't. And there's going to be so many more stories like that. It's going to be so heartbreaking. So the birthright citizenship, he prioritized the construction of the wall again. District Attorney General and Homeland Security to create Homeland Security Task Force in all 50 states.
He also declared war on the cartel.
Yeah, and ending the presence of criminal cartels, foreign gangs, and transactional criminal organizations.
Yeah, so apparently he's
transnational.
He's designated the cartel a foreign terrorist organization, and that gives him more leeway to send operatives to, break down and destroy their, institutions and things of that nature. The problem with that is, and what people don't understand, if you're provoking the cartel, they aren't someone to lie down. They've never they don't lie down to their own government.
No.
So what do you think?
That's not what their behavior has showed us.
So why do you think they're going to do that with us? If you send operatives and you have spies and you are really getting involved in tearing down their operation, you don't think they're going to attack American tourists? You don't think they're going to attack Americans in period?
Yeah.
Like the cartel is not just in Mexico. They're up and down this coast. They're global, if we're being honest.
Yeah.
But
they have to have people all over to make everything work.
I'm pretty sure they have sectors in all sorts of different countries, and especially in our country. So I just think that's a dangerous precedent to set, because not only does it incite potential violence, you also have to think about it increases the value of the drugs on the market too. Because now if they're being attacked, they can now increase that market, and now the surplus of funds that are going in is going to increase.
Damn it!
The drug people aren't going to stop. The drug people aren't going to stop. You know what I mean? The people who are addicted and using drugs aren't going to stop.
No.
And if you increase the funds, now you're just having more capital being pushed into these illegal operations. We've talked about what they've done in our inner cities regarding calling hits and stuff out inside of the community. You don't think that can apply now to higher officials? Like, I just think that that's playing a dangerous game with that, and it would probably be a better idea to work with the Mexican government in regards to taking down the cartel rather than just declaring like they're a terrorist organization and giving you free reign to kind of operate how you want in their country.
It really would be up to the Mexican government to get that under control, not us. Like it would have to start at the foundation.
Like we could support it,
government.
But once you make a declaration like that, you asking for a public retaliation.
Like, the president of El Salvador did a wonderful job getting the MS-13 gang members off the street. El Salvador went from one of the most dangerous countries to visit to now like the tourist business there is booming because they are in jail.
Yeah, he put them on the list too in regards to the foreign terrorists, the MS-13.
Yeah, I went to school with a bunch of MS-13 gang members.
A couple of MS-13s.
Like it was an unusual amount because my school had like a ESL program. Mm-hmm. So there were a lot of foreign like kids that went there, kids that did not know how to speak English whatsoever. So it was that hallway was ghetto, child. Oh.
So it's also funny too, like some of the stuff that he does that it just makes, like I said, this was all for show. So you take us out of the World Health Organization.
Which, how is that good?
But then you're seen discussing and been reported that you're discussing vaccines with Bill Gates. You get what I'm saying? Like you're trying to act out in one way so that you get the press and you get the headlines, while on the other side you're involving yourself with the same people that Alex Jones and all them were calling pedophiles, who now are cool, or so now they're cool now with them. Like all these people are now just changing up on their opinions that they thought about these billionaires now that everybody's getting cool with Trump. Like it's really hilarious once you really kind of put it into perspective. Like I said, we'll get into that in just a moment. I do want to finish up talking about what just the rest of these executive orders that he put into place. Yeah. So I believe he also reestablished the Muslim ban, correct?
Oh, I didn't get to that yet.
Okay. I thought I saw that too, that he reestablished the Muslim ban. Like I said, he got us out of the Paris climate agreement that we were part of in regards to just, climate control and things of that. And I
thought we were still doing immigration. There was like a bunch of more.
Keep continue.
So he's requiring DNA samples and fingerprints from immigration detainees. Mm-hmm. He forbidden catch and release, so it allows immigrants to remain in the U.S. while their court. You got to go back home immediately. Direct Homeland Security to immediately devote resources and contractors to construct, operate, control, or use facilities to detain removable aliens. Does that mean they can just put them in any building and turn any building into immigration?
That would be the camps that they were referencing
in
Project
my goodness.
2025.
And so-called parole programs that allow family members of certain citizens. Oh, the Biden program. So the program that allowed citizens from Cuba, Haiti, Nicaragua, and Venezuela. I knew he was going to put the end to that immediately. Mm-hmm. He requiring a review of all cases for immigrants now in the U.S. under temporary protected status. Revert to venting and screening standards used during Trump's term. Repeal Biden order requiring planning the effects of climate change on world migration patterns. Mm-hmm. Direct the Secretary of State, U.S. diplomats to threaten sanctions against any nation seen as reluctant to accept and facilitate the return of its U.S. deports. He said, y'all taking them back, period.
They Bro, already got agreements. Funny. They got agreements already. Like I said, India has already made agreement. It's already been set in stone. I think I heard they was taking away money from sanctuary cities. So that's no longer, they're trying to make those no longer a thing. Mm-hmm. So the countries and stuff that basically, or the states that basically will not deport people that are, from illegally in the country or whatever. Yeah.
Pause distribution of federal money to non-governmental organizations.
Oh yeah, he stopped all the federal aid except to Israel and Egypt and I believe Ukraine and Jordan. Very, very interesting that Israel does. I think he also released some bombs to him as well.
Bro, this list is so long. Like we can't even read all of these to you. Like it's so many.
Yeah, he was just going crazy with the pen.
That's so crazy. This is not how you do government. You can't just executive order everything.
I mean, that's his operation. That's the way that he's going to do it. Because like I said, he has to get everything in motion. He has to take down all the protective powers that he can. He also has to get Congress tied up in all of this so that him and his cronies can get all his other shit off. Mm-hmm. Get all their extortion off, get all their espionage they're going to be doing. It's just going to be some nasty work.
He's granting full pardons to all the Capitol riot people.
Yep, he did. I think that's about 1,500 people. They said about 1,400 to 1,500 people that he did. Folks who then listen to this. These folks injured police officers, causing one to have a heart attack and die like the next day. They broke public property. Not only is it public property, this is the property of the United States government that's supposed to be.
It don't matter. When white people are the ones damaging it, then they can damage it, obviously.
It's just insane that we watched literal terrorism, domestic terrorism, a revolt against the government. And these people, only one person lost their life in the whole situation in regards to the opposite side, the January 6th rioters. This is just insane that you would even like, and then it just goes back with everything he said. I thought these people were Antifa. I thought these people weren't MAGA people. Like, I thought you had nothing to do with this, but why do you feel an onus to protect them now?
Because he's the one that galvanized them and told them to go out there in the first place. These were his people, and he knew that.
But they weren't his people. He didn't know nothing was going on. But here he goes, pardoning them. Did you also know he pardoned the dude from Silk Road? So you know the guy who, you know what Silk Road was? The drug guy who made the drug website? Yeah, he pardoned him. Apparently.
Why?
Well, apparently the guys, the judicial system, the judges and stuff who was involved in his case, I believe, was also involved in Trump's case. So this was his way of kind of sticking it to him. And also, essentially, you can kind of put Silk Road as one of the early tools that validated Bitcoin. And so he's kind of like a folk hero in the crypto world. So that's another reason why he gets that kind of, engagement with their base. Because when I was reading about it, I was like, why would they do that? But when you look at it, they tried to say like he was trying to put out hits on niggas, but they really didn't have evidence for it. So you could say that potentially like he got charged for other people doing commerce on his website. That's kind of what it was. And so that's why it may not have been fair for him to even been charged the way he was, at least 11 years. Like that's a lot. Yeah, okay. They took a decade from his life. So, but
Edward Snowden still can't step foot on U.S. soil
after keeping it too real, But then, like, this is the stuff that pisses me off with this Trump stuff, because he talks all of this big jazz about releasing the Kennedy documents, releasing all of the, super, MLK documents, all this other stuff. But then none of this stuff happens, or when it does, we're still got to look into it. We got to wait. Those things that people ask for and one are direct about, they never get. Like, I want to know how any of these executive orders are going to help the price of eggs that y'all was complaining about. What's going to help anything that's going to help your cost of living?
There's a bunch of civil and transgender and gender rights in general that he decided to roll back.
Placating. That's all it is.
Like, it's a bunch of nonsense.
Shit that's not important at all.
There was important shit too, like the climate and energy stuff.
Well, I mean, like, when I talk about shit that's not important, I'm talking about the things that they revel in. Because the shit that's not important shit. Like the transgender, we got 2 gender announcement. None of that shit's important.
Yeah.
That shit's not, nobody should care about that shit. And the shit that you're taking us out of are things that you should be taking if you want to make things better for us, a stronger standpoint in and making that prioritized. Instead of just running away from, we're putting too much money in it. We put money into all these things because we get the most out of it usually. That's a big part of it in regards to the research, where the research is done at, where all the information comes, where the awards, where all the accolades are disseminated. It's all in America for the most part. And that's why we have these situations the way we have it set up, because we spend the most because we get the most out of it. But it's just, folks don't understand that. They hear his simple rhetoric and it's just easy for them. But this shit's going to explode, because the thing about Trump and the problem with Trump is he lets too many people put their hand in a cookie jar. And that's going to be what's going to be the end all be all to all of this.
Because he doesn't have the mental capacity to do his job the way he's supposed to.
Well, when you're a crook,
of course.
When you're a crook, you're going to be a crook to everybody. So you're going to tell everybody what they want to hear, even when there's beef. And he's starting billionaire beef. Like, it's crazy.
What is the beef? Because you said there was beef between...
It's 2. So you already know his man...
Elon?
His man crush, Elon.
Yeah.
And then there's another...
Butt buddies.
There's another guy who's came and kissed the ring, and he's kissing it a little bit more. A little bit... He looks a little cuter when he kisses it to Donald. Sam Altman.
Who is that?
So that is the CEO of OpenAI. So OpenAI is the one who's kind of been pushing this idea that they're going to be the face of artificial intelligence for the future. So apparently we've given them $5 billion for research. and that pissed off Elon. Elon was in his little feelings on Twitter.
What was he saying?
Oh my goodness, let me see. Talking about they don't even have the money. Calling them broke boys.
He said brokey.
He said they over here hemorrhaging money. These niggas ain't really got it like that. And I don't even know why we in business with them. They not even them kind of guys. Like, he was really in his feelings about it. Hold on, I got the tweets here because this man Elon is.
So y'all not even like that for real.
Y'all not even really real like that. Like, y'all really not them kind of dudes. And I don't even know why. Like, and so then Sam then went up and was like, "Oh, word, like that's how we doing that." Because at first he was trying to be nice. It looked like his assistant did a little message for him and told Elon like, "Hey man, I genuinely respect your accomplishment and think you are the most aspiring entrepreneur of our time." So that's what his assistant wrote when he seen that, trying to be cool.
Sucking dicks.
This nigga says, Elon says, SoftBank has well under $1 billion secured. I have that on good authority. Now Sam pissed off. Sam ain't having that. He said, wrong, as you surely know. Want to come visit the first site? Already underway. This is great for the country. I realize what's great for the country isn't always optimal for your companies.
Okay.
And in your new role, I hope you mostly put America first. I was like, oh shit.
Shots fired. Pew, pew, pew between the millionaires,
So
the billionaires.
then Elon starts pushing out all the people posting about Sam Altman because his sister said he sexually abused her.
His sister said Sam sexually abused her.
Yeah. So that's what Elon's been pushing folks content about. That was like the first thing I saw after I went to his page. The next post when I refreshed my page.
I feel like I saw something, but that was like weeks ago.
Also, Sam is allegedly may have killed one of his employees. The Indian dude that was trying to expose OpenAI for the copyright.
Yes.
Yeah, that's Sam.
Oh, Sam, you an evil motherfucker.
We got two evil niggas going at it, beefing. Like
the dark side.
This is going to be my goal for this year. Is going to be to push and instigate beef between these billionaires.
Yeah. Until one of them implodes.
Sam, Elon think you pussy. You gonna take that? You really gonna act like this nigga, Elon, this nigga gonna think you pussy.
One built like a fridge.
You gonna take that? And now Elon, this nigga really think that you pussy because you in the government now. He's saying, bro, you need to know your role. Does he not know who you are? You Elon fucking Musk.
He said pull up on him to see what he's doing already.
He did tell you to pull up on him.
He literally invited you to a Frank stand.
Don't be
That's
pussy.
Crazy.
Elon, don't be a pussy because you already threatened to fight Mark, and Mark up on stage with Trump too now. And Mark can take you.
With that little chain on.
So I'm just saying, like, all y'all
trying
billionaires.
To be a cool nigga now.
Y'all billionaires gonna have to fight for who's supreme billionaire in Trump's eyes. No? Like, I feel like that has to be the rule.
Meanwhile, Trump's just...
Oh, he's a circle jerk. That's his dance. That's been his dance, the circle jerk.
Yeah, you don't do it yourself.
My bad.
Just let me do it. Yeah.
My bad. That was crazy.
Yeah.
I was out here about to go, wow. I'm the best circle jerker of all time. I'm the circus of jerkers. So Vivek is the guy. He was running for president and also for the Republican Party, but he ended up was going to be associate with Doge. He was going to be with Elon and Doge. Uh-huh. But when the H1B1, the H1, I think that's it. H1.
The visa?
Yeah, the visa controversy happened. That's when the Indians was getting violated. They was violating the white folks. They was calling them trash, y'all mediocre, y'all can't do shit, y'all retarded. Like, they was going crazy. Like, there was a nigga who worked for X who was going stupid on niggas, like talking about, oh, I'm an Indian in your country living the life you wish you could never have. Eat popcorn, you prom queen, like all this other shit, like thugging. And niggas talking about it. Elon on Twitter, he's like, oh, well, he's just like that. He's just a troll. Elon defending this nigga.
Yeah, because that's one of his best engineers.
Elon was calling niggas, calling all the white people in America stupid. Y'all don't understand. Y'all can't do engineer. Y'all niggas pussy. Then Vivek went on his long, cultural diss where he said, you a culture that values sports performers and prom queens over, mathematicians and folks who perform well in school.
Did we talk about this?
No, we was gone. Remember, this was during our break. We didn't talk about this. So this started crazy like tension inside of the Republican Party. This is more shit that's going to make all this shit implode on themselves. So they flexing with all the Indian shit. You see Trump and them still haven't given up on that. They still standing tall with the visas. They want everybody to be over here to be Indians. This is what they want. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being dead ass. They want Indian workers and they want everybody else to just fucking suffer and scratch and survive for what they can. That shit about Americans first, they got y'all niggas easy. That shit was an easy lick on y'all boys. These Indian niggas is coming over. Bajip and all them is coming over going crazy.
They taking your job. The Patels is taking the jobs.
They coming over here taking all the jobs, nigga. Cashiers, teachers, they coming for everything. And these crackers just gonna have to understand that. But the way that happened is because he got so much tension, what's the rule with them white boys? When the tension get crazy, we got to get rid of color people around us. So he was just one of the color people that just got kicked out.
Oh, he got kicked out?
Yeah, so now he going to have to go. Well, they say he's still going to be working with them, but from a different kind of capacity. And then also, too, he's going to be trying to empower himself in Ohio and run for offices in Ohio. The funny part about this shit is, right, you know how Vivek got his money?
How?
This nigga's a fucking scammer.
What type of scammer?
He went in and he found some medicine that he knew wasn't working. They knew they wasn't passing the test. His mom is a doctor. Went in, allegedly finagled the number so that they can get a second test. Got a whole bunch of investors to put money in after they got that second test. Failed the third test and just went and changed the name of the company and everything and just ran away from it. Now all the investors just lost all their money.
So he knew it didn't work from the beginning.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Why are you not in jail? Allegedly.
Well, I mean, that's, they get out of that because it's easy ways to get out of that kind of, I thought it was going to work and we had the paperwork here and what? All of them Indian niggas was actually getting exposed because there was another nigga who he does a lot of the right-wing interviews. I can't remember his name right now, but he got exposed for his scam too, where he was scamming niggas. I think it was real estate scams. So again, a lot of these niggas be y'all thinking they getting it off the muscle. I promise you they not. Last thing we got to touch on was Elon and that fucking salute.
Elon Musk fully did a Nazi salute.
But the thing is this, I know he's an idiot. I know he's going to do shit like that to try to show out for his little boy group. But for the fact that the ADL to make that statement saying that they don't believe that awkward gesture had anything to do with Nazi, like, come on.
What is the ADL?
It's the let me make sure I want to say it correctly.
I'm like, are those people who are Jewish?
Anti-defamation, or let me see, it's like Anti-Defamation League or something like that. Or give me one moment. Oh, yeah, Anti-Defamation, yeah. Anti-Defamation League.
Oh, okay.
And where they handle largely anti-Semitism.
Okay.
So that's like Israel's talking, the talking voice for America to say, hey, when you say something bad about Jews or Israel, like we give you a little tap on the hand.
Okay.
So that's who they do. But for them to do that after what they did to Kyrie Irving, reasonably, it's understandable what they did to
and Kanye.
The Kanye was that was reasonable. That nigga was wilding. But Kyrie,
nobody's defending Kanye's comments.
But Kyrie deserved way more grace than what they were willing to show him in that when that situation was going on.
Yeah.
And for them to just show their true colors like that, especially when, like I said, Israel's still getting their bombs, they still getting their aid. Like for them to show that just so blatantly when this man was showing an image of what y'all tell us is the worst event in y'all history. Constantly remind us. But you can't stand on your circle with that?
Kyrie shared a book.
It was an Amazon video.
Amazon video.
To be fair, I was critical. Kyrie was retarded when he did that. Like, I'm not going to even run around that. He was stupid when he did that. But it was not as obviously...
Not as blatant as a Nazi salute.
Yeah, it wasn't as menacing. Like, this shit was disgusting.
Yeah, that he did more than once. What is that explanation?
He knew what he was doing. He knew exactly what he was doing. And he wanted everybody to see that he can do what he wants, where he wants.
But then I'm confused because are you anti-Semitic or not? Because Trump, his whole thing, he gave more money to Israel. He lifted sanctions on the money that was blocked in order to assist Israel. Are they not on that team? Like,
even the people that Biden was being critical of, the settlers, he had restrictions and sanctions on. He took all them sanctions off too. Like Israeli settlers who had committed other crimes in regards to that area, he took all those away too. Trump did. So he's clearly on their side wholeheartedly.
Yeah, and then Elon is clearly on another side.
No, I think he's playing a role. I think just like we seen with TikTok coming back, and now you can't say free Palestine on it no more. I think they're playing into the game. Hey,
can you not say free Palestine on there no more?
That's what I've been seeing going around.
People have been saying a lot about TikTok's algorithms being different and stuff like that, and I have not seen anything different.
You've been one tracked on it though lately, so I can understand why maybe you've not been noticing it because you've been looking up a lot of just single focused topics.
Yeah, I have been.
But with a lot of people who are just been open about this is what they've been talking about on their platform. They've been showing that they've been shadow banned. Like it's tougher for them to now push that content out, and it's just obviously clear that TikTok is in bed with Israel now. It's very clear. They may not sell it to him.
I'm seeing a bunch of ceasefire free Palestine videos and these are from like 3 days ago, 4 days ago.
I mean, it's not going to be a hard show, but I can understand the information that you're seeing could also still be censored even through that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. It probably is censored now, though. There's been a lot of people saying that TikTok seems like it's censored now. And there's certain things that you can't say and certain things are coming up with no results. Mm-hmm. I haven't experienced that. Everything that people are saying, like it said that if you typed in rigged election, it comes up as no results. And I went and typed it in and it like there's just a bunch of results. Like, I don't know. All of the things that people are saying are happening. I'm going and I'm doing them and looking them up. And that's not what I'm experiencing on the app.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't tried the free Palestine comment because that's our business page. So I'm not trying to get any unnecessary strikes if we don't have to. But that's what I saw some reputable sites speaking to that.
Okay.
So, but no, we'll definitely have to stay on top of this as long as this craziness continues to go on. Again, I'm not saying that everything he inherently does is a racist act. I think that he's just doing it to appease racist supporters. And also in regards to, like I said, with Trump, just to finish up. And I think the things that he's doing is only to align on his pockets. And he has you stupid MAGA people in his hands. And y'all won't see it until it's too late. So
let's get into something a little bit more fun because we just did like 40 minutes on politics.
I was going to say if you wanted to talk about this Chris Brown suing Warner Brothers for defamation. The only reason I want to talk about it because I saw what he's suing them about for.
Yeah, what is he suing them about for? Because if somebody is defaming Chris Brown, I feel like it's true.
I mean, then it's not defamation then. But so Max had a documentary that came out that detailed the kind of abuse that Chris Brown has been alleged to have done. He's been accused to have done. Excuse me. And he basically is suing for defamation for them. I think about $500 million. I think he was requesting from it.
Oh, wow.
Big guy. I know.
You have a history of violence.
Yeah.
Physically, emotionally, mentally.
Before we get into his own history, like I said, I watched the documentary. It was a very good documentary. Like they outlined it very good with a timeline. They had entertainment journalists, people who were in the industry at the time discussing it and the effects of it. But one of the things that they made sure to do was they just, in regards to the women that made allegations who did not go to court, there was the one woman who didn't. And she was the one who said that she raped him. Like he raped her. And basically they covered her face and her voice. But they did make the claims that, hey, like this has been out and Chris Brown have denied these allegations. They did their journalistic, their journalistic due diligence. So I can't be sitting here and be like, oh, they defamed you because they let this girl say you raped her. But I mean,
they called it allegations. They didn't say that these were facts.
And then the other women who they talked about, I believe there was women who settled who were discussing things as well. But that's not falling in defamation if they're saying like, hey, y'all settled in court and this is what their story is.
Yeah, you settled.
Like people are trying to compare this to the Drake situation, and there is clearly more than enough evidence to show that the public generally already thinks of Chris Brown as an abuser. So for even to try to put
because he is.
I mean, yeah. And then you want to take in the defamation into it. Like no one can make you worse in the public eye in regards to that.
Yeah.
So that's why I just think it's not going to work out with him in his favor. I don't think Warner Brothers, again, he's a Sony act. So it's not like Warner Brothers is worried about him not giving him an album or some shit like that. Like that's not where he is anywhere. They don't have any kind of business like that with each other. Again, if y'all see the documentary, y'all should check it out because it was very well done.
I didn't even know they put that out.
I could have sworn you saw me watching it. I thought you came in the room when I was watching it. Yeah, they went over real detail from the police report regarding what happened with Rihanna, the abuse that went with Karrueche, like real detailed stuff. And then they went into a lot of the allegations that people have come, like when they had the police coming to his house multiple times for women claims, things of that nature. Now, granted, I know Chris Brown has had a few women that have come out and said that they lied about certain things that happened, but my nigga, just because 2 out of the 25, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that don't count. Like, that's a bad percentage. 2 for 25. It's only 2 of them that's going to admit they lying. Come on, big dog.
That's I don't know math. I was going to say that's less than 10%, but I don't know that for sure at all. But that's not a good percentage, my guy.
No,
like,
it's not one of the good percentages.
We know you be beating bitches. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, as soon as I see somebody suing you for something, I'm like, yep, he did that shit. I don't know.
I mean, I just don't think that there's a case. Like, I was really thinking about this, and I was trying to look through, you know, the articles and things of that nature to try to figure out where his argument was. And even when you look at, you know, the first couple pages of the document, it's just, there's nothing there, big dog. It's nothing. Like, it was good work. It was good journalistic work. And I'm proud that you know, what they did out there. Because, you know me, I love tearing these niggas down when they're abusers. Abusers, you know, people who do things to kids, women, go right ahead at them. Don't have no mercy. And I don't feel like, and it's weird that people who try to defend it. I'm just going to be honest with you. You're a creep. You're a bad person, probably. You shouldn't defend Chris Brown in any capacity.
No, and I've said this on the show a billion times. If you're still a Chris Brown fan, as a woman specifically, I think you very specifically are a dumb bitch.
All right, you want to get into this A$AP Rocky case that's been going on?
I don't even know what's going on with this A$AP Rocky case.
It's bad, man.
He shot somebody.
Allegedly. So what's been going on?
The case started recently. And I think he's going to be fine because he has that Fenty money. That's going to be able to pay for his lawyers. So he good.
It might be a little bit more than just fine. So the story on this is crazy. Have you been reading any of the reports that's been coming out of it? So the judge asked his lawyer, was Rihanna his wife? And they said they didn't know. The lawyer said, I don't know. And then
that's not his wife. That's his
So
girlfriend.
then he tried to imply that they had a common law situation. And he said, sir, if they have no documentation, they aren't married in this court. Okay, so let's keep it going. So
that's not his wife.
So the thing about this and why this case has its merit is because it's on tape. And in the tape that they believe they have, it says that they show what they believe to be Rocky with a gun. And they believe that they show the gun, you know, discharging in the action of everything. The problem was when the police came up there, they didn't find anything. No gun shell casings, no evidence of any kind of, you know, interaction of the such that was claimed to happen.
Yeah, A$AP,
then,
he's gonna get away with this.
But hold on. Then A$AP Rail, the person who said they were shot, goes back up there and finds the cell casings and brings them to the police. So he does a better job scoping out the area than the police. Brings back the shell casings. And says, hey, yeah, he hit me on my hand.
But then as a lawyer, even from just watching shows and shit, the like line of evidence, like it wasn't secure.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that it got the victim. You mean
somebody can just bring evidence into the goddamn department and be like, this is where this is from?
The victim like, hey, man, right here. I found it right here, big guy.
These are the shell casings of the bullets that shot me. Like, what? No. As a lawyer, I'm like, this is Bullshit. Absolutely not. Throw this out.
Yo, ASAP really is a G, yo. No cap. That's the hardest thing. Like, there's difference between snitching on a nigga.
Nah, that's snitching by the 10th power.
That's like Super Saiyan Gunna.
You literally were your own crime scene investigator.
That's kind of ill though.
No, it's not.
That's kind of ill.
As far as if we're talking by like street nigga standards, no, you literally went above and beyond to snitch. You did the police's job for them and then took the evidence to them to snitch. That's crazy.
I ain't gonna lie,
by like regular nigga standards, I still think that's crazy, low key, but that's because I'm a fan of ASAP Rocky.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Being Sherlock Holmes on your own case is kind of ill. Like going up there with the magnifying glass and finding the shell cases that the cops missed. You ever seen that anime about that little detective? He got turned into a kid. Mm-hmm. Nigga, I start feeling like that, going crazy. Like, man, I don't mind a good. I don't mind a good snitch. Like a good snitch is always needed in situations like this, but to not only snitch, but then be your own top lead investigator. That's some play ass shit to me. I ain't gonna lie to you. Shout out to ASAP Rally, man. Wish y'all boys all the best, man.
That's crazy. ASAP Rocky declined 100 the plea deal, so he was offered a 180-day plea deal, but he denied it, and now he can possibly be sentenced guilty, and he would face up to. Oh, I have no idea. It doesn't even say.
Nah, they say he could be like a year or two in jail, right? If he gets convicted. That's what I heard when this.
20
years?
24.
Oh, shit. When I thought it was
He is accused of firing at former friend near a Hollywood hotel in 2021 and could get a maximum sentence of 24 years in prison if convicted. He has pled not guilty.
How is that 24 years and they gave Tory 6 for almost the same thing? Like,
because you're allowed to shoot black women.
So you can't shoot, but ASAP Rocky can shoot a nigga on the corner. That's crazy. That's nuts. You shoot a nigga on the corner, you getting 24 years, but then you shoot Meg Thee Stallion, you only get 6 or 10.
Yep.
That's insane. It should have been 10 all around. That's nuts. All right. So you said something pretty interesting earlier about something men do.
Oh, yeah. So we were listening to Whatever You Want by Tony Tone. Or is it a Tony? I don't know. But you know the energy of that song. And I was like, you know what the problem is? It's because men care more about what other men think than women. And I feel like back then, when they was making Whatever You Want, they was more worried about the women's more than the men, but the niggas be worried about the niggas now. And that's the problem with today's 2025 society.
Well, I'm going to play this clip that I think kind of pertains to that about your boy Cordell.
Oh, yeah.
And it's going to ask the question, is he a simp or not? But I want to argue, like, I just don't think. I
feel like the term simp also comes from this toxic society of niggas caring about what other niggas look like. Because a simp to another nigga is a sweet romantic man to a woman, and that's it.
No, I feel you on that, but I mean, I just think that we also have to put into question in regards to this, that maybe the pussy just don't hit the same like it used to. Like maybe that's just it. Like by and large, generally, maybe the pussy just don't hit the same like it did back in the day.
Genetically, vaginas got looser and less wet.
They just don't hit the same. Maybe less wet. It don't have to be juicier. I mean, tighter, but it just could have been less wet. Maybe they just don't. Maybe it ain't attached to what it used to be attached to back in the day.
I think you trying to blame women's anatomy instead of men's mental state is crazy, because it makes way more sense to blame men.
I actually told her that you were in love first. Man, I'm not gonna lie, I'm just having a regular conversation. We in a hotel, and I think I was telling her goodbye. I said I love you or something like that, and I froze.
Was you playing at first though?
Nah, I'm like, it just came out.
Oh, you weren't playing. You weren't trying to test the water. You like, I'm dead ass.
I ran out the room. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, I ain't even know what I just said.
Whole
I
3
called my
feet of
partner
him.
Miguel.
Mad audacity.
I was like, bro, I just told her I love her.
Oh, you love her for real, gang.
Yeah, I With her, bro.
Do you feel like you got anybody, like people in your life that's like telling you like, yo, bro, like chill, take it easy, like maybe this ain't, like you don't got any voices like that?
Nah, even if I did, like I really don't care. If there's something that I peep, we talk about it. If we have a problem, we vocal. We don't like something, we sit down and we talk about it and we find a way to fix it out and we work from there and it be good. But other than like people talking in my ear saying stuff like that, I mean, they could say what they want. Granted, you know, I take it into consideration. Like I hear you, but at the end of the day, I'm gonna find out if it's like that. And so far, it's not like that.
Man, Cordell, what I love about you, bro, is like, bro, you just mad pure.
Yeah.
Like it's
When a nigga can say you
like,
mad pure, they hate
Bro, you mature to be 22, fool. Like in your relationship, like how you think and stuff like that. I wouldn't like that.
You ever need advice, you know, just hit us up and give us a call.
Any advice?
Yeah, any advice. Yeah, just anything.
Me to y'all or y'all to me?
No, both ways.
He said, why would I be taking advice from you dumb niggas?
I feel your energy with the love shit, bro. I put it on everything.
So I think it's one thing I think it's pretty funny to Jacquees is dating Deion Sanders' daughter, y'all. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that. Is that who he just got pregnant?
I believe so. That he was
I
dating.
mean, he has a baby with?
He was, yeah. I believe he was dating. I know he was dating her for a minute. I don't know if he's still
First of all,
dating
he said he loved her. Jacquees gonna fix his stupid ass mouth to be like, oh, was you testing her? Was you playing with her? What type of test or play, what game is that? Is that a game you play, nigga? Telling women that you love them just to see how they react to things?
Yeah, that used to be the move back in the day. When you was younger, you just say it. Like, that used to be, I mean...
There have been several a nigga who have told me that they love me, and I've been like, no, you don't.
Yeah, it's just trying to test the waters. We trying to see, is that how I'm gonna get this layup? Because sometimes it work. I done told a girl that I only talked to that day. I love her, and never again.
That bitch
Sorry
was
again.
dumb.
She loved me for that
And
moment.
also, you're a horrible person.
How? How am I a horrible person?
Lying to get pussy is being a terrible person.
I'm not lying. I did love her in that moment, and then I stopped loving her afterwards.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did. I saw something that made me not want to love her anymore. I was genuine for the moment, and then I had to be genuine for the next.
But I think it's hilarious. Cause Cordell, in his like Love Island experience, there was a moment after Casa Amor where he got caught with that other girl in the video where all of the guys were trying to tell him to leave Serena after she went off on him. Rightfully so. Like, they was just like, yeah, she's so aggressive, blah, 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 and don't go for her and leave her alone and this and that. You don't need that, blah, blah, blah. And now he's in the cutest relationship. They have the best like brand deals. They making money together. They won Love Island together. And if he listened to those dumb niggas, he would not be in the amazing position that he is in right now. So I feel like Cordell has already clocked that, learned that lesson very early, and was like, I'm not taking advice from men no more. Just my father and my brother. That's it. And then I watched a little bit of the interview, and he did say that like he has his father and his brother in his life, and he listens to them. But like these niggas over here, like he's not listening to y'all. And then that's the same thing that you be on. You be like, why do I need to listen to you guys, you dumb niggas? I have a father.
But I'm saying that's understandable.
That's the same energy that you be on. I have a father, and you niggas are dumb. And it took you probably a little bit longer to understand that than Cordell at 22.
I mean, you're right. I mean, but he also is in a situation where the relationship is beneficial to his furthering of his career and his brand.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So it's not like he doesn't have a business reason to make this work. Like,
they both have a business reason to make this work.
Yeah, so I mean, we can't ignore that part of it. Like I didn't know he was 22. I thought he was older than 22.
No, they're both 22. They're both mad young.
Yeah, this is gonna burn in flames. Like we know that, right?
All relationships that 22-year-olds are in.
Like, yeah, this is gonna crash and
crashing
burn.
and burning and ending in flames.
This is gonna be a whoo.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna like live the rest of their lives together because just statistically, like
it might be this year.
The person that you meet at 22 is not the person that you're gonna live the rest of your life with. But they gonna have a time. They gonna have a blast. They gonna make some money together. And then it's gonna end. And if it ends messy, they gonna make even more money from that.
I just don't want to see Cordell in porn, man. Like, because that's just, I don't want to see him that happen to him in porn, in corn. Yeah, what? I don't want to see him end up in that.
How would he end up in that?
Because that's how it starts. You do the social media big time relationship. You get all this fame and popularity, and then you run out of steam. And now next thing you know, you got to sell your dick for $2,000.
Oh my God!
I'm just saying that's how it happens.
Sell your dick is crazy.
That's what happens though.
It just don't even sound like something that's worth anything.
I'm just for a nigga that's on a reality show like that.
No, but yeah, definitely.
He can definitely get his Tyga on and then do a little fucking.
Oh yeah, Tyga did get his
the Rack City
OnlyFans shit off.
He did. It was before OnlyFans. He did the Pornhub Rack City shit. Like he sold a porn disc.
I mean, that's something that rappers used to do. They used to have like the X-rated cuts of their music videos.
Yeah, but that wasn't what he did. He had literally like, I'm gonna walk in the room in the scene, say some fly stuff to the girl, and then she gonna sleep with a nigga. It ain't gonna be him, but she gonna sleep with another nigga.
Oh.
I watched it because I wanted to see. Was like, this nigga gonna be getting busy in this too? Like,
oh wow, you wanted to see Tyga's dick?
No, I didn't want to see Tyga's dick. I just wanted.
You wanted to see. I was curious. That Tyga would.
I was curious.
Was it great?
I was just curious to see, like, was he going to be an actor in this, or how was like was it supposed to be a performance? Like, what were we doing here? But it was just like, it was weird. It was just like him doing cameo appearances in the scenes with them. Really
That's
weird.
We don't need you making cameo appearances.
But I feel like if Cordell don't keep this relationship going at a positive rate, that's what could happen to him.
You don't think that he's probably like, if his popularity doesn't go where he wants it to go, he's probably just gonna do another reality show.
But then you don't
before
then
like
you gonna be reality show hunting?
There's so many steps that he could take before selling dick. Like, I don't know why you just jump to porn like that.
I just feel like that's where the fall of grace is.
Like, even for a woman, my first, like, after the fall from grace, the first step isn't immediately selling pussy.
I just wish these young people like the best and they love life, man. I hope that they can, continue black love and black excellence. But I'm just saying, man.
Oh my God.
I'm hip to the game, man. I'm hip to it.
This season of Love Island was amazing. It's so good.
Hey, so let me ask you a quick question. Have you noticed on X, like the AI features that's been included on it?
What do you mean? No.
So there's a Gronk AI that they have on there that they developed. And like they'll tell you a synopsis of your page. Like all you gotta do is go to your profile and it'll tell you a synopsis of your page.
Oh.
So let me let you hear mine. So it says, a voice for the underrepresented, advocating for rent control and critiquing capitalism profit over pride ethos. It says my Twitter page has been critiquing political moves, debunking myths, and calling out social manipulation. There was another one too. It had when I went on it from my other page. I want to go on our Twitter page and see what it says too.
Let me read mine. A Haitian fashion enthusiast with a boutique. I don't have a boutique, but funny. Who humorously navigates life's quirks from holiday family antics to the strategic use of hashtags for social media success. Fair has been sharing laughs over reality TV antics, planning future celebrations, and lamenting her shopping habits.
Like it knows you, right?
Yeah.
It's crazy. So this is for our page. It says, Talk FNF TV is a podcast voice for the working class, diving deep into drama and the dynamics of entertainment while celebrating Black love and maturity. Do we do that?
We don't celebrate maturity whatsoever in this bitch.
Since we also dive into celebrity drama from Drake's legal battles to Naomi Osaka's personal life, sparking debates on integrity and relationships.
We messy.
Yes.
Yeah, it basically said we messy.
I just think that was from our last post, but I thought that was interesting. I didn't know if you would be interested in that.
Yeah, that's cool.
It was different when I looked up it on a desktop. I'll show you what it says on the desktop because it was totally different than what it said here when I looked at it. Let me try if I look at it from our other page to see if it does a better job. But I thought that was interesting. Like, it's kind of scary seeing where these features are going with this. Like, it's,
you know what's also scary. With Apple CarPlay, like, it'll read the text messages out to you. Yesterday I was in the car. Somebody sent a picture in the group chat and it described the picture to me. Mm-hmm. It said somebody sent a group of cars driving on a snowy road. I said, bitch, what?
That's crazy.
That's exactly what she said to me.
Mm-hmm. No, it's the AI technology, man. Like I said, Sam Altman, we got to watch him. Sam he a dirty guy, man. They really upping the ante.
Yeah, it's getting crazy over here.
Or they stealing niggas' money. Okay, so I wanted to ask you about this. So have you heard about the Karen Dunlap situation that's been going on? So there was this woman, she's originally from the Washington, D.C. area, but she was found dead in Ohio.
This is the Twitter stuff. Okay. So I just didn't know her by name. Okay. But I saw a couple people talking about this on Twitter. Not couple, just Shem.
No, there was a lot of folks that was going crazy about this because I had brought it to the attention because of what some people, rude things people were saying. But I want to give y'all an idea of who this lady was. So there was a gentleman on Facebook who was doing content about it. The situation, he just breaks it down.
This is a call to action. Cleveland, Ohio. You guys are up.
There's a justice and an accountability page that.
This is 30-year-old Karen Raina Dunlap. She was found unalive in an abandoned house. And we need to find out who did it and who she was with. She goes by Raina. Now, she went to Cleveland, Ohio and had been there for like 2 months. She went there back in November. And she was found yesterday in an abandoned house, unalived. All her personal belongings were missing. Now, let me tell you the routes that she's taken, whoever she was with, whether it was one person or multiple people. She went to the downtown liquor, and I looked around this area right here. There's many cameras down through there. We want to encourage everybody in that area to look at your cameras, look at your CCTV if you've seen this young lady and who she was with. The next place that she was at Ann's Beverage. Now, Ann's Beverage, there's a lot of cameras in that area also. We encourage you to look at your CCTV and see who this young lady was with.
Part of it.
Yeah,
now, CCTV. We want to find out who she was with, what kind of vehicle she was in. Now, the reason she went to Cleveland, Ohio, because she wanted to go to this filming right here, Baddies. She went to this filming right here, and she knows some of the cast in here.
We listen and we don't judge.
She was there for their filming, but also to get into their filming. So some of these people right here know her. She has videos of her with some of these people, and including other artists and famous people. Now, this is where the filming took place for Baddies. This is where it took place right in through this area.
So he just goes in and he, like I say, he describes more of the area and things of that nature. Again, it's awful that, this woman, lost her life, and especially if it seems to be in a very aggressive manner. Mm-hmm. But more to come out about this is she was what would be known as a divester. Are you familiar with that terminology?
Yeah.
In regards to black women who are heavily critical, almost to a disrespectful point when it comes to black men, things of that nature. She was one of those individuals. So in the wake of her passing, people who she's had interaction with on Twitter, let's just say, reveled in her death.
But anyway, put Lowry's on it.
I want to talk about dead niggas since niggas want to be dead. We got a dead nigga that was in space. They're no longer alive. The name is, do you remember, Dr. Phillips? Do you remember Raina? Oh, man. Nobody gave her.
You mean Raina?
We should add her to the funeral.
Who, Raina died?
You didn't see?
Damn! Raina died?
Dr. Phillips, where have you been breaking news? You niggas have fallen off the algorithm and we're catching souls in the glass jar. What's going on? Oh, you didn't know, Mr. Booty? Remember Raina?
Niggas is dark, yo.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Oh, y'all want to hear the clip? Oh, Cup's back. You know how.
So it goes on. They talking about the girl mama. So yeah, they talk about.
Mom don't even know she was out there. Oh, this is getting good.
What do you mean it's getting good?
This is getting good. I told you all roads lead back to the internet, the place where people love to play. And if you don't.
So let me see if I can find one of her tweets that she had, because I've always stood on the fact that just because someone's died doesn't mean we have to have respect for their life. If you live like a piece of trash, you can get treated like a piece of trash in your death.
What was she saying about black men that warranted them to like revel and celebrate her death like that?
So from what I can gather in regards to their situation was they probably had back and forth within the spaces. So they had conversations that, essentially went to that. So here's some of her tweets. I want black men dead, and I want black women to admit they are men. At least black men have tangible evidence for why I don't respect them, and I allow the rest of the world to berate them. White men get so much hotter than black men. Black men got greedy and still want reparations, but only in the form of food stamps.
Oh my God, she was a stupid bitch.
She was
also a troll. She was someone that was just saying shit to get as much engagement as possible, probably.
If you look at her page, like she was like the queen of nudes or something was her page. It's very weird, especially the last like 2 or 3 months. She was doing a lot of weird tweeting with anime pictures and things of that nature. So again, I don't know if this was a self-inflicted accident. They said, like I said, her personal belongings and things were all gone. But it does seem like she was in a dark place before this happened. So, and she seemed like she was just a dark person overall. So that's why, again, people talk about our spaces and say we're toxic and bad, the WeWork spaces. We ain't nothing like that. But in the same token, I can understand that if this individual was somebody who was hateful to you, I don't imagine you to be loving in their final hours or their last hours. No,
definitely not. Yeah, that's messed up. I didn't think that those were the tweets that you were gonna read to me at all. She was wildin'.
Yeah, I mean, again, I'm not against putting niggas in packs, yo. Sometimes you gotta smoke on niggas. It's a lot of niggas that I don't like that I'm gonna smoke on when they die.
I'm smoking on Kevin Samuels to this day still.
That's crazy, but it's the niggas that I'm smoking on that I'll smoke on as well. If I there's a dude.
May you rest in chaos.
There's a dude on X that is, I think his Twitter name is I'm Yes You're No or something like that. He's a super racist troll on Twitter. If somebody told me something bad happened to him and he's unalived, I'm smoking on that nigga, putting that all in the pack. I'm rolling it up.
Yeah,
good gas, my nigga. Like I don't know. I hate to break it to you.
I'm waiting on the Clintons.
We're gonna roll them up too
for their crimes against Haiti.
Anytime there is an ability.
Who else is on your list of people? Have we done this before?
A pack list?
I feel like we've done this before. Did I say Mitch McConnell on mine?
I don't think so. But
Mitch McConnell and Nancy Pelosi are on mine.
Ted Cruz is on mine. I was smoking Ted Cruz pack. 100%.
I mean, Trump, I think, is on both of ours. It's just,
I mean, that's a normal pack.
Yeah, that's a normal pack.
You know what I'm saying? That's nothing special about a Trump pack. Let me see.
Is there someone who is not normal at all? Like not an evil person, just
not
someone
a bad
who
person
you want to die immediately.
Let me see. I don't know. I'm not really the one to die. Like I like people to suffer. Like I'd rather see you go through things, but once you do die, I don't feel bad anymore. And mostly that applies to like politicians and like high level officials. Like I don't think about like any of the random people who I have beef with.
I don't think I have like a celebrity.
I don't care about y'all life. The people who I have like random beef with, I don't care about y'all life to put you in a pack at all. Like, but if you like a nigga,
no, I meant like a celebrity.
Yeah, like somebody big time. I mean, celebrities. I got beef with celebrities, so. I don't want to see them in packs.
What's his name? The nigga I hate with all my heart.
From where?
The Vine. King Bach.
You basically
I'm smoking on a King Bach pack. Oh my God. Bro. Whoa. Oh my God. Yes.
I'll do a Paul pack. So I wouldn't be mad at the Paul pack.
Paul?
Logan Paul.
Oh, okay. Paul. Okay, yeah.
You know who?
Both of them.
You know people are going to hate me for this one. You know who's an internet kind of celebrity I would smoke on their pack?
Who?
David Goggins. You don't know who that is.
I have no idea who that is.
He's a fucking psychopath, but I would smoke on that pack. Like I would sit there and be gassed up if they said that. I'm like, yo, that nigga is I hate individuals that push self-improvement through like self-deprecation. Like he basically feels like you got to destroy yourself to build yourself back up type of thing. But like
a lot of people have that.
But he takes it to another level. Like this nigga did a marathon and like destroyed his fucking feet trying to finish running the marathon. Like he does shit like that to the point like now you're no good to nobody for months, but then you're complaining about how they treating you and acting out and things like that. Like his story, I hate his story too, is the worst. But that would be somebody who I would be like, oh yeah, well we can roll that up.
Okay, period. Okay, that was a good little list.
All right, man. Well, I'm good to know that I'm not a unk. I'm officially big. I'm a big bro. In regards to that, I got a few more years as big bro. But
yeah, I'll give you that.
I'm just glad to know that I'm not unk. And I remember.
And how did you come to this?
They dropped a list. They dropped the numbers.
Okay.
They showed the young niggas. You stop at 24.
So
after 24, you're no longer a young nigga.
So is it a different list for women? Am I still big sis or am I auntie?
Yeah,
now?
y'all go from just being a little hot young thing to just being auntie. Y'all, there's no real.
I knock all this shit over right now.
I'm just telling you how it goes.
I will knock all this shit over right now.
That's how it goes for y'all. Y'all go from being a baddie to now you fucking grandma. You big mama. Y'all embracing it. What I'm supposed to say? That's what y'all want.
I hate it here. I genuinely hate it here because how would we not be like big sis?
No, y'all don't get
until
big
the
sis.
auntie.
Y'all don't get big sis. What? Big sis? Y'all not doing any kind of big sisterhood. Y'all not even down with traveling pants. Y'all not doing none of that.
I knock all this shit over right now.
You just the truth. You just knocking over because of the truth being told. You know that. Ain't no sis.
I be traveling in pants with my girls.
You go from young hottie or hot girl to auntie. It's just like overnight. Soon as y'all turn, I don't want to say because you know. Just keeping it a bit. Stop, nigga. The fuck is wrong with you? Fucking psychopath. Oh my goodness. We gotta talk about your girl Sexxy Red before we end the show. And then we gotta talk about Julian. She got on Bernice King's last nerve, what she done did.
All I saw was her posting a bunch of pictures of her boot up with Martin Luther King on the Twitter timeline.
Yeah, so apparently, in our last time we talked about Martin Luther King, we went at all the white people who was being disrespectful, and niggas shitted on us for that. They hated that. But this year, the niggas has been disrespectful as fuck. All these AI. So Sexxy Red puts an AI picture of her and Martin Luther King out. And Bernice King was not having that shit. She cussed out Shawty basically. She
said, you know my dad wouldn't want no black bitch like you. He liked white women.
Hey, relax. Not too much on the King, yo. Like
what?
That was in fucking sane. Like what the fuck? That is all of those have been evil allegations placed on that brother.
I know.
Don't do that to Big King.
I had to get my shit off though. That was funny.
But no, she went in. She was pissed. I'm trying to see if I liked the post. She probably deleted it now because of how long it's.
She said, "You got a lip gloss named Discharge. Please remove this picture from the internet expeditiously."
It would be nice, but it wasn't super crazy. Like it was just her and
people were tagging her in them a while ago because I saw her being like, "Yo, what is this? Why are y'all doing this?" And then she posted one of them on Martin Luther King Day.
But then your boy, she deleted it. But then your boy, what's his name? Oh no, here it is. Right, I'll read it to y'all first. So it says, "This is intentionally distasteful, dishonoring, deplorable, and disrespectful to my family and my father, who is not here to respond himself because he was assassinated for working for your civil rights, your civil and human rights, and to end the war and poverty. Please delete." So she ends up deleting it. Yep, post deleted.
Yeah, because when his daughter asks you to delete some shit and reads you for filth like that in a way that you cannot come back at, you just delete it. Sexxy Red don't have the vocabulary. So she had to Google at least 7 of them words that Bernice used.
But then Carlos Miller started getting a lot of crazy response for what he did because he posted a picture of him AI with Martin Luther King, and folks didn't take that as a joke. He was
what was it just them like
it was
next
like
to each other?
Yeah, like he was like had his arm over and they was like in the hood type of picture. It wasn't like super. It was about the
it wasn't
the same
like
thing.
deplorable.
It was the same thing.
Okay.
It was like if it's deplorable him dancing with her, then what he was doing.
The
is
picture I saw,
too.
they were just like standing next to each other, but they were in a club.
Talking about Carlos?
Sexy.
Yeah, so I'm saying if that's deplorable, then yeah, anything else is just,
okay.
Them niggas wasn't doing nothing but like you just said, just chilling. They was in the club. But I'm gonna find see if Carlos deleted his. He probably didn't know how ignorant that nigga is. Mm-hmm. These comedians, man, y'all gonna learn like niggas don't be having to fuck with that shit, yo. Like sometimes it's cool to just not be funny that moment. He might have deleted it. But he did post a picture with him and Martin Luther King as well in kind of, response to it. And then everybody else started like shitting on him and giving him hell. I know a lot of people didn't like Carlos like that.
He, I think people don't like him after he did College Hill.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that one scene he was saying that stupid shit that he couldn't really defend.
Yeah, and when he was like, he's not giving homeless people money because the government should be helping homeless people.
Yeah.
Which, like, they should.
But, I mean, there's a way to express that without saying it like that. So I get what you're trying to say like that. But no, I mean, again, he got what he should have got for that. You can't be disrespecting our kings and, not our kings, but that was just his name. But can't be disrespecting our leaders like that, our former leaders, especially deceased leaders. In that regard, when they've done so much.
Especially after his daughter came out and said something and then you posted this as a like, haha, bitch, but you can't control anything.
Yeah. I mean, it's nasty work. So
like, that's weird and unnecessary.
It's well deserved in that regard. But so let's finish it up with Julian. So Julian did really well with us last time. So I thought
y'all were in Spaces.
We would touch back here. So I was actually got to talk to Julian in Spaces before the episode dropped and afterwards. It was actually pretty interesting just getting his perspective. I could tell did you watch the episode at all? His new episode podcast?
No, I'm not.
I just asked. That's so fucked up.
I have zero plan on watching Julian's. Just like, okay, it might take me because it took me like 3 years to start listening to Rory and Mal after they left the Joe Budden podcast. And that was after listening to them for a while. I listened to Julian for like 3 months before he left Rory and Mal. I will never hear, speak, or see a Julian ever again in my entire life. That's fine. I'm okay with that.
So I'll just say I did listen to it. I think it's a very big endeavor anytime you try to do a podcast on your own.
It's boring as fuck. Julian, you're not interesting enough.
I'm not going to say that. It just takes a higher level of production. Like you need more edits. You need more kind of cutaways and things of that nature to kind of liven things up. And I can just tell he's new to it. He doesn't know exactly how he wants it to look, but he needs to I would take more inspiration from kind of like Alex Jones, Big Loon, guys like that who are able to keep things going, keep cutaways going, things to keep things interesting. And then I think he should also look to bring people on every once in a while.
Yeah, definitely, because you can't just be up there by yourself.
I think it's just the level of production that I think it's going to take for him. I think he's capable of, but it's tough to me when you aren't willing to talk about it. So I was to talk about things that's going on with you. I was talking to him about, the Rory Mal situation, and I asked a question to him like, hey, is there a way that you can have, a way to express yourself about this and really talk about what happened without coming off disrespectful to Rory and Mal? According to him, there isn't any way that he can express that.
That's interesting.
And I think largely we kind of caught him in a little bit of a discussion. We talked about it. It seems to be that it did come down to the finances.
No, but I thought the whole thing was like he wanted like benefits, 401k, healthcare, and stuff like that.
Essentially things like that. He wanted a more solid commitment.
Yeah.
From them. Again, he didn't give us anything 100%, but you could tell he wanted to get a more solid commitment from them because I guess he was feeling a certain kind of way. If you listen to his poem that he wrote, he was feeling like, the writing was on the wall with them. They were showing,
the one that they read during like New Year's.
No, this is a poem he just did for the show.
Okay.
He wrote a whole new poem for the show. He was in his bag, man. Like the thing is, he's a little artistic.
He's a creative dude.
Yeah, like he's a little, niche. He's a little kind of like, he's a little off a little bit, not too.
Such an autism, maybe
a tad.
I be putting autism
a
on
lot.
everybody's
You think
jackets.
you Dr. Fair, yo? You think you Dr. Fair, yo? But it was an interesting conversation that did come up, and I saw a side of him that I have never seen on any kind of content. It was a discussion about his blackness. So his father is black and his mom is Lebanese.
I thought that was an Indian man. I'm not even gonna hold you. I thought Julian was Pakistani.
I mean, I can see
fully
that. The beard and the hair kind of would lead credence to that. He took very much offense to that, but I kind of understand if you, from the outside looking in, why someone would say what was said to him in regarding to how he approaches quote unquote blackness. So there is a way to respond to that and it be really ignorant about what you think blackness should be on a black man.
Just really quickly, from listening though to Julian, he doesn't give black man. he doesn't like on the show. He regularly made jokes about not dating black women. Me, from the point where I started listening at, they didn't seem like jokes to me. They just seemed like you just didn't date black women. Mm-hmm. He never was passionate about any black issues from the stance of being a black man. Mm-hmm. I never heard him say as a black man this or that, or have like very passionate takes on anything that's racial. Mm. And then also the nigga don't say nigga.
I mean, that's the tall.
That's also a thing. Like if you don't feel validated enough in your own blackness to say nigga, then I'm not gonna feel validated enough in your blackness in general.
I mean, I've heard him say it before on the show once or twice, but it's again, it not being part of your regular vernacular does cause one to think like, where do you align? Because it is.
And I'm not saying that you have to say nigga to be black.
It's just regularly used. It's just used regularly.
It's a
and even the people who don't use it regularly, they'll say it in sparing moments. Yeah. Because it's just something you've heard other people around you say. So I understand it. I mean, there's even more things you can add to it. Him being in a white fraternity, things like that.
And then, like, did he go to like a predominantly white university? Because I do understand you being in a white fraternity if those were your only options and there were no D9s on your campus, as opposed to like Rory, this white man is a
I think
Kappa.
That he went to a school that I can't remember off the top of my head, but I believe he went to a school where that may have been an option for him.
So you just choosing to be in white spaces over and over again, which you sound like you give that energy. That's the energy that Julian gives.
He
gives the brown boy that was always around the white boys. Yeah, he gives token brown kid.
He's a dude, bro. Like that's his
He gives dude
personality.
OD. Yeah.
He's a dude, bro. That's his personality. You could tell that's the kind of guys that he was with.
He don't give black men.
Those are the kind of guys that like when everybody was getting 20 a G, they was getting charged like 40 a G. Like he gives that kind of energy. And that's why I think people kind of take that from where it's like they're not necessarily discounting your blackness because of your actions in regards to like hip hop or the way you dress and things like that. It's a demeanor, it's an energy that you just kind of feel with someone where you either have been around these groups of people or prefer these groups of people more.
And then black is not a monolith. Yeah. But then even the black guys, in my experience, who have like hung out with a bunch of white dudes, when they get in black spaces, they switch it up a little bit. Like you could tell that this is somebody who's black.
Mm-hmm. Code switching.
Yes, thank you. That's the word I was looking for. Julian doesn't seem to have a code switch. He's just dude, bro. And that's his personality, which is fine. Black people are not a monolith. You can be different types of black and present different ways. But then when we're confused about your identity, then it's not something that's crazy.
I think it goes to what you're saying. We can finish up with it here. I think it goes to what you kind of said earlier, and this is stuff that I talked to you about with our show, where it's like when there are jokes and narratives that are allowed to just go unchecked, mm-hmm. then you can't get mad at the audience for creating a perceived notion about you. Mm-hmm. Because
they don't know your intention.
Yeah, because some people...
And they don't give a damn, too.
Some people go through a thing where like I only joke with my friends about things that are true about them. Like I wouldn't make up something publicly just to make a joke with them about that. So you can't assume the audience to just say, oh, this is a joke. There's no truth or no merit to it because there's truth and jest.
Yeah, and people be willfully ignorant too. So, even if like you can tell that somebody's playing or being sarcastic.
Yeah, I wish I had the clip though. I wish I had the clip. Danny had put it on his Patreon, but he cut that part out because he wanted Julian to be, embarrassed or whatever. I should have asked him for that clip to play for the show. But
yeah, you should have.
But I might still just plug it in there if I can get a hand on it. But I think that's pretty good. I think we got everything we needed to get into. It's a good show.
Yeah.
You good? You have anything else you need to get off your chest?
No.
All right. Well, you did a great job. I'm always proud of you, especially when you give this kind of energy. But let's let them know life is a labor of love. So let's keep building these moments together. And remember, your job is not your family. And the only thing you should be exploiting is these corporations. Just know, even with Trump out there trying to stop you all, make y'all go back to work, stop all the unions, we still fighting. Costco, the federal unions in regards to the Schedule F shit Trump's doing. We all coming at you niggas and we fighting together. And you got our support, baby. Let them know what they need to do.
Follow us on all of the social media at talk.fnf.tv on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. And if you're listening on YouTube, give us a like, subscribe, and love you. Bye.